So we have here the Google Sheet report card helper that I have designed to help teachers in writing their report cards. In order to be able to utilize artificial intelligence, there is a script behind the scene that communicates directly with OpenAI using the API key or so. Guarantee that OpenAI, so ChatGPT 4 in this case, is not utilizing the data in order to learn. So the data remain our property as is not utilized by OpenAI. So now I go back to my spreadsheet. So we have two prompts here. One for the report card. And so this is a prompt. This one works well for the junior school at Tunis. The idea is to be specific, be positive, be balanced, personalize the comment, and be also aware of concise and sensitive. We want also, in terms of output, to have some bullet points, 3 bullet points highlighting skills, achievements, so the successes, and 2 to 3 bullet points for the next steps. And here we have also a prompt for the ATLs that also share some information about the ATLs here. And so same thing here. We want to make sure that the language, we want to make sure to avoid any harsh language, and we want also to have a more like encouraging way to comment about the students' ATLs. We have our ATLs here, and in the junior school, we are using this for ATL here. So now if I go to the comment section here, the teacher can type directly in the spreadsheet the comments. So here in this case, we have different comments, and they've been written not in alignment with our guideline. So the way we communicate about the students is a bit judgmental, so it's not really great. And also we have not used the bullet point as defined by our guideline and by the prompt. The teacher can choose the language here. So in this case here, it's written in English and the teacher wants the output in English. Here it's written in French with output in English, which can be very helpful for the French teacher. Here it's Spanish, output in English, but we can use any language here. It will work, Japanese, Arabic, any language could be used. In this case here, we have a comment in English and the output in Spanish, and here in English and the output in English. So let's try. Once the teacher is ready, you can click on this box here. Voila. And I'm going to generate those one. And you can see here, the comment is written in terms of successes next step. Voila. And let's say here that the teacher would prefer to have this comment in French. You can select French here. And it's not going to be a translation of the previous AI generated comment. It's going to be a new comment aligned with the information provided by the teacher, but this time in French. So if we look at the ATLs comment here, so here it works a bit differently. So here we have two comments that are not necessarily really well aligned with our guideline. The way that the teachers talk about the student frustration, for example. In this case, we want the output in English, and here in French, both comments are written in English. And here the teacher can select the ATL to highlight as successes. So in this case, for example, communication and thinking skills. And here we can select, it's optional, but the ATLs where we would like the student to have a bit more focus or attention for the next term. So it's some area of growth that we can identify. So here in this case, I'm going to click on generate, and here I click on generate. And so it's going to utilize the prompt that I've shared with you before. It's going to look at the information provided by the teacher. It's going to look at the output, in this case, English, and the second one is in French. And it's going to look at the different ATLs, identify as successes, and ATLs identified as next step. In this case, the output is not the format is not utilizing bullet point, so the system does not provide a bullet point. Voilà. Here, for example, we can see Lucy would also benefit from further developing her self-management skills, particularly in the area of time management. And so we can see here that the teacher has selected self-management, and we can see here so that she need to manage better her time, and so it's pretty well aligned. So this kind of technology can be used with any spreadsheets, any purpose. We can directly integrate AI in the Google spreadsheet, which can be very useful.